Hey everyone, it is Jacob Palmer here. Um, so this here is our Sagittarius reading. It has been so long since we've had a Sagittarius reading. So if you are a Sagittarius, please feel free to step on in. And while we are doing that, having you guys Sagittariuses jump on in and attend our live. I'm going to do some adjustments to the lighting real quick and hop back in my seat shortly for you guys. Yep. So, how's everybody doing so far? Is everybody enjoying their last few hours of the weekend or week before it hits the weekend? Also, I know it's been a little while since we've been alive. I think it's been maybe since, was it late February, early March since we've been live. But other than that, I do want to thank you very much for attending, either if it is through the in the live or the aftermath of the live. If you are a Sagittarius, this is going to be big for you. If you know a Sagittarius, just know that this Sagittarius that you know of may need to listen in on this, because this is going to be informative. It is going to be very heavy for them. Very, very heavy. So anyway, I'm getting that the Sagittarius so far that I'm collecting, that there is something that you need to keep in mind after you just received something. It could be through intuition. It could be through maybe a card reading of your own. It could be through maybe even some astrology, or maybe it could be through something maybe you and your person may have talked about with each other. So we have Village in our live today. Thank you very much for being here, Village. If you feel like you want to send this off to any other Sagittarius out there, feel free to hit the subscribe button. If you want to, attend our next few lives, that in case if you are new to our channel. If you are existent and continual on our channel, feel free to hit that share button and send it to another Sagittarius that you may know of that maybe is not a part of the channel. Also, we do have a comment section down below. You are more than welcome to comment down in the comment section down below. Also, you are more than welcome to hit the like button if you want to. Also, we have there should be a button where you can also, as well as share it to other platforms, not just only here in YouTube, but also through Facebook, through Instagram, if that's the way you want to do it. Things like that. Feel free to send it that way. If YouTube is not the only way you want to do it. But anyway, no further ado, we are going to get the cards picked out for the Sagittarius. with both tarot and oracle cards. Village said, she said, you cut your hair today, huh? Yeah, I cut my hair. I was trying to keep my usual hair, but it's like all of a sudden my barber ended up cutting it a little too short. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just go with this cut and maybe have it grow out from there. There's also another comment from Village. Village said, "Wow, you took a look into being different, and the front has a love shape. Aw, that's sweet." All right, let me get this one last card, and I'm going to read the whole field for you guys because I feel like I am getting a lot of the information, but it's like there's something that isn't quite yet told yet out of the cards that just popped out. So yeah. All right. Oh, interesting. So this is not like an official card that's coming out for the fourth one, but because I already have 3 so far. But this could be a relevance here. The Two of Pentacles. Like I said in the title for the live, it says, "Be mindful for what you're about to do. Be mindful what you're going through, because there could be a feeling of like maybe resentment, maybe something that like where maybe like some of you, not all of you, but some of you Sagittariuses, you could be going through something of the past of yours, maybe something that has happened from 2 years and older. So maybe you could be dealing with something that has been you could take it either way. Maybe something of a burden or something that has been very hard or shaking to your heart, where it's kind of like maybe you took some time by yourself for a little while, and then you're just like, whoa, I just stepped into something that I had no clue I was going to step into until now. So it's kind of like, that like time where it's like you like you're in a class where it's like, you're studying something that you already knew, and then all of a sudden the teacher says, like, for example, maybe you're in a physics class, and the physics teacher is like, you can actually take the wheel, spin it around, and like keep it in the air, and it'll just stay in the air while it's spinning. And you're just like, what? It can actually happen like that now? I had no clue that the wheel could do that. So it's like there's this perspective that's going to show up that you're going to be mind blown about, something that is going to occur that you're going to be like, wow. Out of all those times, something just pops up, something actually occurs that I hadn't even known about. So yeah. That could be of an example or maybe some kind of resonance maybe you're currently going through. For some of you Sagittarius, a couple others of you Sagittarius that are dealing with this, it could be something where it's just like um, maybe maybe you could be like locked or latched into some kind of situation. Yeah. So while I'm saying all that stuff, Village had said, "You look younger, Jay." I'm sure. I sure do look like young. Also, soon will be the Mother's Day. Yep. Soon's gonna be Mother's Day. And it's gonna be awesome. So if you guys are uh, of the feminine side, such as a sister, a daughter, a mother, a grandmother, maybe even on your way to being a mother, Mother's Day is coming for you. So be ready. Um, oh, and also as well as the female cousins. So in any way, which way, shape, or form that appears in, be ready for Mother's Day. It's going to be a brilliant one. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm explaining about in this card right here. Your first card, Ace of Swords. Something is going to be presented to you, and you're going to be like, "Oh my god, that's brilliant! I'm going to jump into it." Or maybe some of you are like, maybe you hear it and you're just like, "Wow, okay, let's go back up from this." You know, like it's kind of like one of those things where it's just like it's either you're going to fight or you're going to flight from it. So that is the big message about the Ace of Swords. But however, the majority of the time that the Ace of Swords is presented in is that a part of you is going to be crowned. A part of you is going to be spotlighted. So that's what the Ace of Swords is mainly about. A beholding. Where you see like in some of the movies where like they come across this like long lost treasure or long lost land, and they peer through some kind of small opening, and they show this massive world, and you're like, behold, utopia. So yeah, that's what the Ace of Swords is representing, is like it's stepping through another side. Then you're going to be seeing this devil. The devil that you have been walking away from, possibly at least at least from these recent days. Not the past, not the time that you maybe took your time off, but it's like when you really had this realization of like, oh my god, that person's the devil, truly the devil. You start to realize that like now you're like, okay, now I um, should not be being interactive with them, being happy with them, being sad with them, being so on and so forth with them. it's kind of like that person where it's just like, you know, kind of like, where they would basically just like walk up to you with like a snarl or like a grin, like an evil sense to them, like something that is just like forming, not just in their mind but in their energy and their stride, where it's just like they're like, I'm gonna come after the Sagittarius. I'm gonna do something. But it's basically perspective oriented, where it's like that person that is of the devil, they're coming in and they're a preventing you from your being with your lover, b preventing you from being with your invention, c preventing you from striding ahead, D, preventing you from enhancing your positive energy. E, preventing you from being the best that you are. F, preventing you from living life as you should. You know, it's somebody that comes in and says, "Hello, Sagittarius. I am going to do this magical thing in front of you, and it's going to be a musical. It's going to be a wonderful movie that we develop. You know, like somebody that is just like could have like this Warner Bros. Attitude to them. It's like somebody that's like let's go ahead and create the movie, and you're like, no. Or maybe you're just like, I don't know, things like that. That's what the devil's presenting to you, is like somebody who's trying to get on your last nerve, not somebody that you initially thought was getting on your last nerve. It's somebody that is truly getting on your last nerve, somebody that is up into your face and in your face only, in front of a whole crowd or behind quiet doors. Anyway, then we have this right here. There's going to be a little bit of a chit chatty. And if you guys have seen Porco Rosso, do you remember the grandpa in that? The short, like bristly mustache guy with the hat and the glasses. He always goes like, "I brought this so you guys can chit chat," and then it skips off to like another scene where like he's firing up the engine for Porco Rosso, and um, he's like, "This is great. Let's pull it up to full speed." And he gets like mad scientist like, where he's just like laughing very very what you call it, like sciency, like they got like something going on, you know. So but here's the thing, the the big point in the Eight of Wands is that you and your person, the ultimate person that you're meant to be with, not just not just some love guru thing where the love guru is like, hey, look, go be with that person. I'm talking about somebody that has been ordained by God to be with you. That is what this Eight of Wands is about. Somebody who's been ordained by God to come forth and be your lover. And you guys will end up talking with each other. Uh, Either if it is face to face, through text message, maybe if you're, wanting to keep it kind of more, quiet, making sure that nobody else is hearing in on the conversation. Maybe you could put up some kind of platform where it's just like, very private, very personal, like something that no one else would kick into. Um, yeah, while I'm saying that, I did get some messages from Village. Village said, uh, "LOL, Jay, did you buy the Mother's Day gift yet? Uh, I'm on my way to it. I haven't forgotten about it, so I'm on my way on it." Uh, and Village also said, "Lovely messages for Sagis." I agree. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like you Sagis are kind of just like talking with your person at that point, where it's like if you have not gotten it already, where it's like it hasn't quite yet occurred. It could be on its way to occurring. So I would highly suggest be ready for it. So anyway, we do have that right here. The communication. And another card did pop out alongside with the Six of Cups here. Um, and I'm going to show it one more time because there is something very particular about the picture, where it's like, maybe you guys could be showing flowers to each other. Maybe you guys could be just like, maybe hanging at like I don't know, maybe some kind of late night show, or maybe something where it's just like maybe you're like, there could be a balcony somewhere. There could, yeah, there could be a balcony nearby, and it's like you guys are, maybe just for starters, maybe you're just like uh, lightly tapping each other or something like that, and it's like maybe you get like one quick glance at each other, and you're just like, okay, you guys lean over to each other and say like, hey, look, let's go somewhere private and talk. That could be this right here, this Six of Cups. Um, and I feel like even though that there is the difference between the high school love compared to like lover love, there is there's like the sense of like maybe they start to you could be realizing it, or maybe your person could be realizing it, depending on what happened in the past between the two of you. Or maybe if you're brand new to each other, maybe that's the way that you're doing it. Maybe you're like, oh wow, I haven't realized this until now, things like that. And it's like you guys talk with each other, and it's just like you guys could be kind of, you know, jumpity on each other. I would have to say. So yeah, um, I'm probably not going to get into details because the details are probably going to, you know, venture off the message. But um, because I know some of you Sagittarius are probably going to have it play out a little bit different than what I might state for the details of how it's going to go. So I could say the details, but it could end up veering the whole thing off from a certain section of you Saggies out there that are listening in this. So I just want to make sure that you guys are fully on point, hearing on in on this, and integrating in this for your own self. Also, that card that went alongside the Six of Cups is this right here, the Seven of Swords. So that's what I meant by you guys saying like, "Hey, let's go somewhere private." You know, like you're nudging each other, going like, "Hey, uh, currently we're in private in public, but I want to see if we can get ourselves in private. You know, go somewhere personal." And it's kind of just like um, that's what the Seven of Swords is referring to. That is side by side with the Six of Cups. So it's kind of like I'm gonna talk about how this will play out, you know, piece by piece, organized. So it's gonna be like you guys sit down, you're enjoying the view, and then maybe you just have like this feeling of like, oh my gosh, I think I feel my person here. You know, it's like that where it's just like you feel that, and once you take the glance over towards a certain angle, you're just like, oh, there's my person. So maybe while you're, you know, watching over after the fact that you've seen your person, it's like you kind of nudge your person, but at the same time your person actually ends up doing the exact same thing. It's like not to be a copycat, but it's like your person ends up seeing you and they're like, "Oh, did they see me yet?" Or maybe they end up seeing you and they're like, "Oh, let me nudge them, you know, talk with them real quick." And it's like, you know, maybe you both nudge each other at the exact same time, and it's just like you look at each other and you're like, "What? What?" And maybe you guys end up maybe leaning in close to each other and saying like maybe like for example maybe one of you guys end up saying like, hey, look, let's go somewhere in private, you know, let's go somewhere, let's go talk with each other somewhere behind a closed door where no one will listen to us, compared to just us two. And it's like you guys walk over there, um, and who knows, maybe the group that you're listening into, or maybe you're attending before the interaction with your person, it could be like the group is very quiet and like there's a speaker on the stage and they're like the speaker goes like, hey, I see somebody going out the door, everything okay? And you guys like just make it through the door before they end their sentence, and the person's like, oh, okay, well, looks like they're going out somewhere, and they just like continue on with their talk, and it's like you guys you know, maybe hop or you know, run or jog over to a room to talk with each other, and it's like maybe it could be a little more than just a talk. Maybe it could be a you know, longly missed kiss, maybe a longly kissed hug, maybe longly kiss, or longly missed, you know, um, embracement of each other. So that could be of instance for some of you guys, or maybe a lot of you guys, compared to um, how maybe yours might end up being. But I will say that you guys will come together. That is the major sense of it all. So, Village, partway through my sentence, um, she said, jump like a horse because Saggies are half human and half horse. I could agree with that. Yeah, cool. All right. So if there is anything that our clarification cards would like to talk about, please come forth now. Speak your mind. We do have the Magician. The Magician is stating that something very magical is about to occur. This could be like, maybe, for example, maybe if you had like a side kiss from your person, maybe on your cheek or on your forehead, just wherever it may have occurred, the last time you got kissed. Maybe this time it's going to be like a full blown kiss, and it's just like you receive it and you're just like, wow, what the heck. And it's just like, it's like the moment where it's just like you feel it and you're just like, I had no clue I had that connection with this person. Even though that maybe you maybe have feeling the energy before the kiss happens. Maybe it's like once the kiss happens, it's like it goes from a strong feeling to like magic. Like it occurs heavily in front of you, or maybe around you, or if not, either one of those two, maybe within you. Village also said, "Thanks for the messages, Jay. I look at Sagi's pictures clearly, and you will not be as you will see the head part of it. Okay, so the head part is different from the tail. I agree. I was trying to read and like all the sunlight blur was coming in. Although the energy is really good though. The energy is excellent. It's just like the sun sometimes kind of like prevents me from reading comments sometimes. So yeah, I try my best to read it as much as possible. And I try my best not to butcher it. Even if it does occur, I'll try my best to make sure it's original as possible. So, anyway, our second card out of the cards out of this deck here, the Cat Tarot, is going to be the Three of Wands. So somebody could be kind of curious on the outside of your guys' connection. They could be kind of like a peeper. Um, I would say either on your side of the thing or on your person's side of the thing, the connection that you guys both have. So they could be this third person could be like around going like, what's Sagittarius doing? What is Sagittarius person doing? You know, kind of like inching in. Or maybe to draw in a specific person, maybe some of you guys are connected with. It could be, I think, for a good number of you Sagittariuses, you could be connected with an Aquarius. You guys could be connected with a fellow fire sign, such as an Aries, another Sagittarius. You guys could be connected with a Libra. You guys could be connected with possibly one of the earth signs. It could be let's see, probably a Virgo, I would have to say, with an earth sign. I'm not getting anyone any further than that for the high connection, for like the best connection. But then there are others of you that are connected to other zodiac signs, the ones that are much lower than that, the ones that are kind of like, you get what you get kind of a thing. Village said positive messages on May 1st for me, and I claimed them all. I agree. Ooh, okay. So I do want to mention there is going to be a colored moon tonight. So be watchful about what the color of the moon is going to be tonight. It is going to be having the sun shine at a certain angle, reflecting off of another planet in our solar system and refracting back onto the moon. That will then shine onto Earth. So we're going to be getting a very interesting hue on the moon. Also, for our next card after the Three of Wands, we do have the Page of Swords. Do you see how this person right here, or cat right here, to be more specific about the card, the cat is kind of just like, kind of hunched a little. It's kind of like somebody is getting a little bit aggravated with the Page of Swords. I'm getting somebody could be possibly from like the third party. Not walking from the third party, but it could be a third party representative, somebody that's coming in trying to mix match, twist and turn things, trying to boop here, boop there, poop everywhere, you know, like somebody that is like, you know, is like, has that mentality of like, I'm gonna fight you all. But here's the thing: the person that is in that stance, but there is, I would say, a second person that does state that sentence that they're trying to get out. Um, there could be, a third party saying this, and then there is your person that is saying this as well. So both of them could be saying this, but however, I think the third party is trying to take on this copycat perspective, trying to take on some kind of, um, I'll take your activity as my own perspective. Like somebody that is like, for example, maybe if somebody's throwing up, somebody would be like, this third party would come in and be like, hey, look, uh, I feel very sorry for you. And then once they say like, hey, can I help you? By that very last part of their sentence, they start throwing up, and it's like, but like they're throwing up with like a little bit of a side smirk. That's the type of person you want to be careful of. So, also, there are other situations that are much similar to that you also want to watch out for, but that's just a sampler to watch out for in this situation. Village also said in our comments, said that Jay, from my experience, some people are jealous of Saggies because of our energies, and we're very attractive. I see. I saw the moon this morning. It was huge, very huge. I do agree on that. So it's going to be huge. In the evening, late evening, early nighttime. But once it starts getting dark and like actually a starry night point of view, the moon is going to start to shift into some kind of colored a colored hue. So once you see that, it's going to be very particular, very, very magnetic, very, very specific, and very, very much very magical. You know, I won't keep that out. So yeah. Also, there's going to be the King of Swords. Village said, coloring. Laugh out loud. I like the word. Yeah. So maybe we could start inventing some words. Maybe start putting it up for new dictionary words. So King of Swords, the King of Swords is like somebody could be very structured, very swift, very profound, like somebody that knows what they're doing. And I'm not talking about the third party. I'm talking about it could be possibly your person, a loyal friend of yours, that is trying to get rid of the third party in your relationship with your person, depending on how far you are in the connection of the relationship. Um, yeah, it's someone that is like they're very in tune with themselves, but not in the way of separation from you, but in the way of like they're like just this divine being, like someone that will not at all falter. Village also said, yeah, invented a new word, is amazing, Jay. I agree. It's gonna be amazing, spectacular, delicious. So yeah. Oh, okay. So we're starting to get some cards for the here and now. The situations, maybe some of you Sagittariuses are just about to receive. Maybe some of you guys have already received and just want to know that it has occurred by in form of confirmation, exception, so on and so forth. Starting off, we do have the Seven of Wands. So either if it's you, your person, a good friend of yours, maybe a family member of yours, such as a father, mother, grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle, cousin, sibling, they're going to come out and they're going to fight for this. Or if not, maybe it could be you specifically. You could be the one fighting for this. You could be the one that is saying like, like I won't falter. I won't fall down this time. Like kind of like a thing where it's just like you realized who your lover is officially, not just like where it's like you find someone and just like well, that person's not it. You find another person, you're just like I don't know. Then you find another person, you're just like This is the one where it's like you find a person and you're just like, that is the person I want. Or maybe you find that person, you're just like, I don't know. And then you maybe take a time back from it, and then you're just like, oh shit, I should have taken that person when I had the chance to. So it's like somebody that is like, it's literally going to be your person. So it's like you jump in and you fight for them, or your person or someone that you know of is going to come in and is going to fight for this relationship between you and your lover, and try to help you and your lover come together fully. Then there's also the Page of Cups that also came out. The Page of Cups is referring to somebody that could be showing emotions, showing feelings, showing how they interact in the relationship, things like that. Yeah, the let me see that a little closer. A acrostic matches with words are romantic. It's fire when using people's names. Do you ever try to make acro- acrostic with your names? There have been sometimes in my life, widespread throughout my life, that I've done it. So yeah, I've not faltered from it. I actually have done it a few times in my life, but you know, it's kind of hard to do it like at least weekly, if not monthly, or if maybe maybe not, maybe daily. Because if I do that, it's kind of like it takes up from not just my sleep time, but my work time as well, and my situations that I have to deal with here at my house, things like that. So other than that, I try to get it in as much as possible. So yeah, just know that in this Page of Cups, somebody is professing some love, no matter which side of who is in the relationship. Um, Either if it is you or your lover, um, one of you guys could be professing love to each other, and that is what this card is referring to: the profession or professing of love, or maybe professing of maybe at least interest. For some of you Saggies out there that maybe just met your person. So Village said, that's wonderful when a man does it for a woman in love. I agree. Also, I will say that it also does happen the same way for a man, because here's the thing: acrostic love, it occurs not only just for the women, but it also occurs for the man as well. So both sides can receive it. So it just depends on you know who interacts at the beginning, who starts it off. Then there's the Chariot. It depends. If somebody may have maybe traveled out in the past, either if it's you or your person, one of you guys could be on the way towards your partner in this relationship, your lover, the person that you're supposed to be with, in terms of godly ordained. Is about to happen. So it could either be that, or it could be like you know, if neither one of you has ventured out in the past, maybe you guys could be traveling together, going to a certain spot in the world, seeing it with each other. And maybe you guys could be talking to each other, saying like it could be like, let's go ahead and let's go take a vacation with each other. Let's go over here and see the beaches. Let's go see the mountains. Let's go see this bright, beautiful city. Things like that. That's what this chariot is about. I see it as like the aftermath of the card, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is like a priestess who's like sitting in her chair, very, very like, I don't want to say much kind of person, and there's like two pillars side by side from her, like one that's full of white and bright light. The other one is full of dark and full of black. Like it's full of darkness. And that is resembling like the decision before the chariot occurs. The chariot is kind of like you made the decision and now you are on your way to your person or to some kind of selected scenario. This could be giving me a little bit of like Arctic wolves, where it's just like or Arctic hounds, where it's just like you maybe you could be saying like for example, maybe you have like a German Shepherd, or maybe you have a Himalayan Shepherd. Depending on what dog you have, maybe you go like maybe you could be saying like you could be saying like Lizzie, or you could be saying like you could be like Harold, and they could be like coming around the corner, going like wagging their tail, looking up at you, going like, yeah. What do you want to talk about this time? And it's like you talk about something with them, saying like, hey, look, I met this person, and I want to carry you along with me to talk with this person. And it's just like they have like this excitement in their heart where it's just like, yes, finally, something that God had ordained is finally coming to fruition. Like something like that. Village said, yeah, I agree with you, Jay. When a man is creative, that makes the woman happier. Let me make sure I read the rest there. Naturally, most women love to create because there is an experience a man unable to do so, carry a baby for 9 months. I agree. There is some avenue in that is understandable. And the same, there is one thing that a man does that even a woman might have some troubles with. So it's like, it's kind of like the man experiences their side of the relationship, while the woman experiences their side of the relationship, where it's like, you know, the man has to like, you know, be alongside their woman and like live with the woman, either if they're with them or not, because there are times, because I actually have personally seen some people in my life where you know, somebody meets up with somebody and they're like, oh my gosh, this is my best person yet, and it's like all of a sudden the lights go out, and you know, they walk off going like, I guess that person wasn't my person, and they go walking off, and it's just like that is like that is kind of like not option A, not option B, option C. Option C is where it's kind of like, you know, not only did your main force not work out, but also your backup didn't work. So it's kind of like you're like, all right, well, I guess I'll go that way then. You know, things like that. You know, but that is just in case if you know your connection or your person's connection with you doesn't happen the way it should. But however, the thing that it needs to happen in the relationship is like, you know, the man is like um, out working, doing the job, um, while the woman is basically just like, maybe they might do a little bit of work depending on if they're more of like the workforce woman, or if they're just like, all right, I want to I want to be at home cleaning, you know, doing the stuff. um, there is no right or wrong with being a woman in either which. All it is just that you are faithful with your man when it comes to you, a woman. So I know a lot of you viewers are not women out there, but I'm speaking to only just the woman side of the Sagittarius. I just want to let you know, the only thing that's the special thing in a relationship is that no matter if you work or if you stay home and you live the rest of your life in those either one of those two avenues, be faithful to your lover. That's the only thing that a relationship asks, is just faithful. And I'm sure by that point, once you keep the faith going, your love will go on for miles, on end. It will go on and on and on and so forth, just like our connection with the Father, our connection with Jesus, our connection with the Holy Spirit. Think of it that way. All right. What would Tara like to bring out for the remaining card or cards for the here and now for the Sagittarius? Okay. Village said, you're right, Jay. Faithful is one of the blessings. Amen. I agree. It's like the biggest thing you could ever have in a relationship. And if not one of the biggest, probably the most biggest. So, ooh, You have a big one, this one. Two of Cups. I will say, in the here and now energy, your love with your person, the person that has been ordained by God Himself, the two of you will come together and go from not just being lovers, not only just being lovers, but being future husband and wife. Maybe even having kids with each other. Maybe even having a house together. Living life. Together. I literally just read Village's comment that you just posted. Village said, Two of Cups. I think one of my family members, I think probably was it my aunt? But like she would end up saying that like very comedially, like but not in those specific words, but like she would say it in a much similar phrase. And then I know a couple of friends of mine, and maybe even as well as my person, my own very special person, that actually says it too. So yeah. Okay. Looks like the clarificational energy has a lot to say about for the here and now. So our first clarification card for the here and now is the World. It could be in resonance to where it's like you're stepping into the world, stepping into the connection fully, where you're stepping into the connection wholeheartedly, or maybe if it's not just you, it could be your person. Maybe your person's doing it now, depending on however your past played, however your current life is playing, however the path forward in front of you for the future is playing, things like that. So that is what the world is about. Is like you're walking away from the past and you're walking towards the future, and having the future become the here and now. And there are a couple of zodiacs in relationship that resemble that path forward. And I pretty much have put them up in the beginning of the live here. So if you want to, maybe at some point in time, resume back to the beginning of the live and see it, feel free to hear it, listen in, maybe even comment in the aftermath. But yeah, that is just for some of you guys that may have that type of connection, that type of alignment. Mm-hmm. And I do see the bottom of the card deck because I've been hearing that that there was something specific about this card on the bottom that had to be brought up. Um, and when I saw the card, I saw something very particular. Do you see the cat in this Ace of Cups that is not just sipping the water, but also pawing the water into how the cat wanted to drink the water from? So the way of how the cat's doing that is because they want to test the waters. They want to see how it tastes before fully drinking it. That, and also it can also be used as like a herbal way of cleaning yourself. So it's like maybe if you have a cut on your hand, have a cut on your foot, things like that. It's basically like you would, um, you know, maybe use your hand, or maybe for cats, maybe they would use their paw, scoop it up, and then kind of lick it clean, things like that. Like try to use it to like spread the water around. And basically, like water in as itself, it's good for purification. It's good for cleansing. It's good for healing. So it's kind of like you place it on a spot, and you softly rub it in, or kind of roll it in, like you're kind of like putting it into the spots that need it clean. You know. Um, Also, Village did say, Jay, how many zodiac signs are compatible with Sagittarius? So I'm getting probably about 6 or 7 of the 12 zodiacs. So, and also Gemini is one of them. It being the neutral zodiac, because you can kind of go either way with that. So that would be in I think the 6th spot. So Gemini is kind of like you can kind of get someone with it, depending on if you see yourself connected with them or not. But there are zodiacs that are even stronger than them, like stronger than the Geminis. But in the time frame of what you're in right now, this very moment in time, just go with the zodiac that you mostly align with, because once you align with that zodiac, you'll understand, like, okay, is this person really the one for me? Is this person really the person I'm supposed to be with? Things like that. Now, if they get to the point where it's like, they're carrying a knife, or they're carrying a gun, in ways of trying to cause murder, or maybe have like this crazy attitude. Those are the type of people you want to steer away from. So Village said, sorry, Jay, I am a little tired after work. I don't want to fall asleep. That's why I type from time to time. No worries. I totally understand what you're going through. I even do that sometimes too myself whenever I'm watching my own videos. So there's no worries in that. Just attend whenever you can. Okay. Whether if you are listening to the live version or if you're watching the aftermath, you know, because the last thing I want to have happen is somebody, falling asleep at the wheel and then all of a sudden they crash into somebody or they crash into something, if they're driving, or maybe fall asleep and then they look up and they're like, oh my god, I'm missing my work, I gotta go, things like that, you know. So after the world, there is the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody, I have a feeling that either if this is not somebody that you're connected to that is a Earth sign, it could be that your person that you're connected to, or maybe you in your family, or someone that you know of, could have somebody that is of an Earth sign. Depending on if it's them or if it's someone that they know of or you know of. That's what the Queen of Pentacles is referring to, is that there is going to be someone in the family or someone in the friends or someone that maybe is just a neighbor that could be a Earth sign. So that could be a relevance, or if not, maybe this could be your little soul demon that you're trying to get away from, or devil that you're getting away from, or maybe even if not you, maybe your person, depending on how it plays out. But the big thing that I'm getting from this is that somebody is an Earth sign from this Queen of Pentacles. So, with that being said, while that's happening and occurring, we do have the Eight of Cups. Look at that right there. Somebody that is playing with the water while the other cups are in the other um, tray of the sink. There's water on the left side while the cups are on the right hand side. And the cat's playing around with the water, trying to check it out. Or maybe even trying to sip from the water. So this gives me somebody that could be just like, somebody that goes like, yeah, I've heard this story already. Like kind of just like, getting tired of this repetitive story. Anything remaining for the here now's energy being clarified? And to wrap up the here and now for clarification is the Ace of Swords. Just like the Ace of Swords at the very beginning. What begins shall always end. And that refers to a conflict, a problematic situation. somebody that just does not want to let go of you and your person when it comes to being a copycat, being a skinwalker. So, but also on the same side, you and your person, or maybe even you, your person, and maybe a fellow of yours or your persons might have a little bit of a perspective of royalty. Mhm. Somebody who woke up the masses, and not just said something to say something. I mean, like somebody who really meant their words, who really stated what needed to be stated. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what the future is looking like, what the path ahead wants to talk about for you, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, it's Sagittarius. We're creating new words, aren't we? Mm-hmm. I just saw the new card that just popped out. That came out for the first energy of the future, the Fool. And no, it is not like going like, oh my gosh, I'm such a fool. What am I thinking? It's this Fool is kind of like you're explorative. You're having fun. You're moving from one place to another. You're not just walking, you're skipping. Like you're doing a skippity move where you're just like you're hopping from one stance to another, enjoying your travel. That's what the Fool is about. You're going from one place to another with excitement. That is what the Fool is about. Or if it's not you that this is pretending about, maybe it could be your person. I'm not saying that it's specifically one or the other. I'm just saying that it could be either one of you guys. Or if not, maybe it could be both of you guys. Anything else that would like to come out for the Sagittarius about the future that would refer to this situation that they're going through right now? All right. That one, okay. Got a bit of a glimpse of it. Mm-hmm. Didn't I tell you somebody for a long time had a connection with you? Or maybe if not, maybe this card may not be speaking about the connection of you guys, but maybe it could be just the exuberance of light within you guys, the power that you guys hold within yourselves. That's what this card is about. It's not about like fallen angel. It's about an angel that has upgraded, an angel that has moved forward in life, that went from being this regular angel to like an angel with a purpose, somebody that has a strict mission, somebody that has gotten a mission from the king himself, or a mission from the queen herself. Or if not, maybe it could be like a mission that is spirit derived, that is coming from the Father himself. The message that is coming from Jesus. Something that is just like highly ordained to be done in this world. That is what the temperance is referring to. Either if it's about you specifically, or if it's about your person. Or if not, maybe even about the both of you. Uh-huh. Like I said, a king. Uh-huh. Like I said, a king. And I'm getting that the king is a little bit like emotional when he brings up the message, the mission, something for either one of you or your person could be dealing with at this point in time, or maybe even both of you. The king, the king, he's like, I have something very particular for you to do. Or maybe if you and your person see each other in the spirit realm, or maybe face to face, maybe you guys are praying together, and all of a sudden the king shows up, and king's like, I have a mission for you both. And like the mission gets like talked about to you guys, and you're just like, so this is what's ahead, this is what's about to happen. That's what the queen king of cups is about. But sometimes the queen of cups can dabble a little bit in that. um Also, Village just sent in two more comments. She said, the song, You Changed Something in Me. That is a very profound song. hmm If you guys haven't listened to that song, please search it up. It is very profound and very strong. It is going to be huge, and it's a big message for some of you who haven't even gotten the message yet. Also, Village also said it's a beautiful song. I agree. It's a very, very, very beautiful song. Um, there's one last thing that I want to explain about the King of Cups that is in the picture of the card. Do you see a little bit of red in the background and a little bit of blue in the background? That could be a color of resemblance, something that could be kind of residual in your life, or maybe in your person's life. depending on how it occurs in their life. I'm seeing red sails. Um, I'm seeing a red colored boat. Like the hull is colored red. Excuse me. And then with the blue, I'm seeing like, you know, I'm seeing like waves that are crashing, but it's not like an evil wave or a wave that's gonna like destroy you or anything like that. But it's like a wave that is like coming in hard, that is like to cleanse the evil away. Something that is like, something has been residing either within you, your person, a friend of yours, or maybe if it's not playing in your life, your person's life, or a friend of yours life, but it's occurring in a third party's life. It could be crashing down, going like in the way of this, where it's like whoosh, and it basically like hits so hard that it's like you and your positivity stays up and aligned, while the negativity comes tumbling down, or maybe even within someone else. Um, Also, there is this right here, the Three of Wands, to close out the main side of the tarot. So the Three of Wands is referring to some kind of outwards communication. Maybe it could be like, for example, maybe one of you guys could be going to school, where it's like maybe one of you is hanging at like the initial home, and I'm air quoting it because it's like, not your official home. It's not the home that you're going to be living the rest of your life in. It could be just, a house where it's just like, okay, let's be in here for a little while until we find our home, our place to be at, things like that. So it's like, um, maybe you or your person is like going off to school. It could be college. It could be some kind of trade school. It could be some kind of, if it's neither, maybe some of you guys could be going through some kind of maybe I know there are some countries out there that have firearm permits classes. So maybe you guys could be going through that. Maybe some of you guys could be going through some kind of medical licensing, some kind of security licensing, some kind of computer licensing, some kind of law licensing, some kind of jury or judge licensing, things like that. That's what this is about. Where it's like one of you guys go out, and it's like while they're out, it's like there's texts or communications going to and from between the two of you. So that's what this is about. So it's kind of like you guys may not be like face to face in the Three of Wands perspective, but it's like you guys are still communicating with each other. You guys are still talking with each other. You guys are still saying highs, your goodbyes, your I love yous, things like that. That's what the Three of Wands is about. It's like, even though that from a distance from each other, it's like you still talk with each other. You still have communication. You still have a way to speak with each other. All right. The clarification of the future. What would like to come out for that, please? All right. So we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. I feel like one of those game show hosts where it's just like, we are now in here for the Wheel of Fortune, everyone. Things like that. Or maybe it's like fill in the blank late night show where like everybody's going like, guess the phrase. So yeah, I'm just having a little bit of a reminiscing of the good old 90s and 80s and probably even 70s and 60s. But I think for me specifically, I was around in the 90s. So I know a lot of 90s ones that came out. But anyway, we do have this one right here for the first clarification of the future cards, which is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, something is going on where it could be like somebody could be like, carrying something and it's like, there's a difference between the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. The Page of Wands is kind of like somebody that's carrying the wand over to the knight, while the Knight of Wands is the one that's striding out with the wand. So this is basically like somebody that is helping another person gear up for the war or a fight or interaction or maybe this could be like once you and your person, Saggies, meet up and actually connect with each other in terms of being a relationship couple or a relationship, people, that gather around and like say, you know what, I'm going to be with you the rest of your life. And you guys continue on going like that. It's like somebody's like, getting all redheaded and they're like, ooh, and it's like steam is popping out from them. And it's like somebody is getting very frustrated. Somebody's getting very agitated. Somebody's getting like, fist clenched, like there's somebody that it's like somebody that's like they see you connect with the person in terms of like not just texting or anything like that, but like face to face, like where you and your person are face to face with each other, and this third party's like coming in and going like, hey, why inside you with that person? You're supposed to be with me. And they get all angry and they're like, it's like that cartoony look where it's like, maybe you see the Bugs Bunny or the Tom and Jerry or Looney Tunes or something like that, where like you see like that poof of smoke that comes out of their ears and nose and their face becomes red. And they, they're maybe if it's like a hairy character, such as like, Daffy or so on and so forth. It's like their hair like gets frilled, like they're like, oh. and like their hair is like showing others that like they're expressing anger, they're expressing agitation, things like that. Look at that. Right after the Page of Wands, there's the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is in reference to somebody that is very much like, I would say, in the beauty of basically just relaxation, like somebody that is just like propping their feet up, or cozying up by a fire, or somebody that's like rocking back and forth in a rocking chair. And it's like somebody that's just like, they are just not in at all care about what's going on. They're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna have some time by myself. I'm fine here. And or maybe they could be having their feet up, and they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna have some fun, things like that. So maybe you could know somebody like that, or seen someone like that. um yeah. And Village, partway through, said, what a fortune. Yeah, so it's basically saying like, the life can change at any moment, at any given moment. And some of you will just chill and relax and have no connection into it. And some others of you are just gonna be like, all right, let's both of us, let's go out here. Let's like not be a part of this. Kind of like walking off, with your stuff, making sure that like nothing of your stuff is left behind, things like that. So that's basically what the Queen of Wands is about. Is like, if you guys have seen Alice in Wonderland, there's a part where like the Queen of Hearts character, she was like, off with the head. And basically, they ended up like, you know, doing the usual, like doing the gruesome thing, but like where they would cut off the head of the person. But it's like, um, it's kind of like that stance of like, yeah, I don't need you. I'm not interested. Things like that, or maybe something in me is agitated, things like that, or it's giving me this energy of like, what a bother, like things like that, like somebody that's just like, I don't want to interact with that. Hold on one second. I just had a text message from somebody. Okay, cool. So it's not that important. All right, cool. Village said, rich man in love. Woohoo. There are some rich men out there. Just don't love a rich man for their money. Love the rich man because you love them. Because there are some people out there that fall in love with a rich man just to basically grab the money of the rich man and start running away with the money. So if you want to be with a rich man, be with them because you are in love with their heart. That you are in love with the aura of their energy. not with the money. The money is just money. You can win it, you can lose it. It's just money. But the thing is that what's better than money is love, pure love. So I know that you already know it, Village, but I just want to make sure that everyone else gets that message in case if if some of them are teetering away or not sure about it or anything like that, or maybe so gung ho on something about the money, you know. So our third, before the final card um, of the clarification of the future is the Page of Cups, which I'm pretty surprised because we are having a lot of wands and a lot of cups in this reading. So what I'm getting from the Page of Cups energy from the clarification side of the reading, I'm seeing that somebody is very uh, I would say so emotional that they're just like they're like maybe like after meeting up with you or meeting up with more or maybe you meeting up with your person, it's like either one of you is like going back home, going to the bathroom, or maybe going to the local the public bathroom, and it's like your mind is just like going like I can't stop thinking about this person, and it's just like you end up like throwing up, going like hey man, I can't stop thinking about somebody, but like that's the early side of meeting up with your lover, like meeting up with the person that you're supposed to be with. That's the early side. Now, if you are smack dab in the middle, maybe where you had some issues with the person, where you're like, I don't know, I don't know if I should be with this person, and you walk off, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm getting sick even just by being away from this person, and that is the moment where it's just like you realize, oh my god, it's not them, it's me. That's the motion. That's the motion of like, oh gosh, I'm not the one that I'm not seeing anything wrong with that person. It's what I'm seeing wrong about myself. That's what could be coming through when you're like halfway through in the feelings, or maybe when you're like maybe just close to three-quarters of the way of the feelings, where you're starting to like venture your way into full pledge feelings for your person, and it's just like you really realize you're just like, wow, that actually is what I'm supposed to be doing with this person. Like it goes from like throwing up in the toilet to like you're like, oh, I'm starting to get an image about my person. I'm starting to have a feeling about my person. I'm starting to have some kind of alignment with my person. Things like that. That's what the Page of Cups is referring to. It's basically kind of just like referring to as like, even though you may not be a knight, you still have like a cup full of emotions. You know, either a knight or a page, you still have emotions for your person. You know. Anything else remaining to wrap up the tarot side of the reading for our Saggies? Mm-hmm. The Seven of Swords. And again, like I said, the Seven of Swords is at the end of the future energy for the um, you know, descriptive energy of things. Then there is the Seven of Swords at the very end of the up in front energy of the reading for the tarot. So it's like, you know, just like I said for the Ace of Swords, it's like, for what starts shall be ended. For what begins shall be the end. So Village said, yeah, in love with the money is a miserable life if you don't love the person for who she or he is. That is very true. Very, very true. Let's see. Shall we start with the Wisdom Cat deck, or shall we start with the Beyond Lemuria deck for our Oracle? And feel free to comment what you want to have start with for the Oracle, since we're back to doing Sagittarius readings, and actually, quite frankly, card readings in a whole. So if you want to comment down below saying what you want to have us start our Oracle side of the reading, feel free to let me know. And while you're doing so, I'm going to go ahead, make sure that our cards for the Oracle is ready and aligned with the card reading. So then it's not like pulling up any cards from any previous card readings or anything like that. So let's go ahead and clear it, make sure it's ready. Because if we don't, then you might receive something that is not for you, but for someone else. So I want to make sure that it is as properly read as possible. So, yep. All right. Okay. I am getting guidance from my own special guides, or if you might put it this way, my own personal guides. They're saying this deck right here, the Beyond Lemuria deck. So we're going to start this deck for the messages that would like to come. Also, even as well as some Oracle train of thought for some of you guys. So, what would like to show up for the Saggies right now at this point in time? For a message for them to be hearing, receiving, referring themselves to, if they haven't understood it yet spiritually. If there is anything at all for the Saggies to understand for the energy that is of right now and on, or maybe even to be confirmed for something that has already happened, please come forth now and claim your spot for the Saggy. That one? Okay. So, wow. Harmonic flight. Okay. So, you Saggies got some business to do. Also, Village said, I'm happy that you made Saggies reading me first day for the month May 1st. Was the first day in the USA. Any messages from someone, Jay? I'll definitely get a personal reading for you soon. So once our oracle is complete and done for, I will definitely get a personal reading for you. And if anyone else is listening in on the live, either temporarily or full on, and just like listening in on the preview, feel free to comment down below, letting me know if you want to have your reading after the general Sagittarius reading. That will be our open frame, but I'm going to have it open for about no more than 10 minutes. So if it goes past the 10-minute range, that's when we're going to close it up. But yeah. I know we already are past it for our recording, but when we get past it for just only the personal reading, then just know that will be the time when I start to close things out. So, yep. So with this harmonic flight, I see that you and your person are spiritually connected, and not just like by just simple standard spiritual connection. What I mean is by like in depth, like deep connection. Like it's very sincere connection. It's like, you know, you basically have free space and will with your person, where both of you have the openness to communicate with each other, to speak with each other, and who knows, maybe it can be even stronger to the point where it's just like you guys might end up cosmically feeling each other. It could be that way. You know, it happens. Spirituality and spiritual connection can happen in some magical and mysterious ways. All right. Anything else for the Sagittariuses as of this moment, and for the for their fork? So I'm getting the the F bomb. So somebody could be like really getting at it. Not in the physical sense, but like, you know, the spiritual connection between you and your person. It's like you both are like getting at it, and like having like a interesting spiritual connection in various ways. It's like you guys are talking, kissing, hugging, maybe even as well as much as making out, having a little bit of some fun. Um, because it's kind of like the connection of like, you know, sexual interactions and stuff like that, or like kind of just like having your your connection in terms of like, you know, the boost of having fun with somebody. Um, it can't be only just like you being physically in the bed with somebody, like body and all. I'm talking about like you could literally be like thinking about somebody and maybe moving around, and it's like that could also be of interaction. So yeah, I know it's a little weird or very intriguing to hear about, but it's true. It can happen in that way. It happens. It really does happen. So yeah. Um, Also, some of you guys are maybe even connected to somebody that maybe maybe what I'm not presenting forward, um, but like maybe on the sidelines, maybe just like sampling that energy to you guys too, where it's like maybe you guys could be connected to let's see, a Leo. You guys could be connected to um, you guys could be connected to Capricorn. You guys could be connected to um, you know, as crazy as the water signs could be, maybe some of you guys could end up having that connection with um, you know, the stomp out energy of water signs. You know, like the scorpions or Scorpios, if you put it that way, the Cancers, the Pisces. So some of you guys could end up being connected to that. You don't have to, but that's just for a select few of you Sagittarius that could be connected to that. So um, yeah, it's kind of like you guys are really truly connected to each other to the point where it's just like, you know, even your physical body can't refrain you from interaction. You know, it could literally be even through spiritual alignment. Like you guys are seeing each other spiritually. You guys are aligned spiritually. You guys are connected through the heart spiritually. You know, even if you know, some of you Sagittarius that are out there, maybe if you're of an old age, you know, such as going from, you know, your late 60s all the way up until your you know, 90s, very early 100s. Um, Somebody that maybe you could have been connected to for a long time may have sadly passed. Um, either through natural cause or through some kind of sad situation that has had occurred, or maybe something that was in play, um, causing the death of your person. It can happen. So I've seen it happen before. So, um, but it's like you guys could still be like interacting, having time with each other, seeing each other, feeling each other, doing the things that you wanted to with your person. You know, it's like not just your person is well connected to you, but it's like your person is, but you with your person could be really much well connected to your person. So it's like you guys are both well connected to each other to the point where it's like um, connection that no one else can see, no one else can align to, no one else can feel the way that you both feel for each other. Then there is also this card right here. No, this is not the, physical surrender or anything like that, where, like for example, you're in a war and you're just like, I surrender. But this here is not that type of physical surrender. This here is the surrender, the allowance for God to fill you. Do you see how that person is being uplifted? And the wings are kind of just like curving around them. That is what the surrender is about. Having you feel entirely filled with this. So, yeah. And it could be that like you have one or two or three or four archangels, or maybe some kind of positive aligned guides, or maybe like guys that are trying to help ascend you. It's like they're putting their hand on your shoulder and they're saying, it's okay. Go on ahead. We have your back here. We got you. Just go ahead and we'll watch over the backside of you, making sure nobody is creeping up on you. Nobody is going to attack you. Nobody is going to, set you aflame. Things like that. So that's what the surrender is about. Somebody who is saying that they have your back. Kind of a lot like, if for some of you guys who watch like war movies, things like that, where like you see like somebody talk to their partner and they're like, "Hey man, I got your six. Go on ahead." It's kind of like that. Like or maybe they might be like, "Okay, circle formation, and make sure we don't get encroached by anybody." You know, it's like somebody who's basically saying like, okay, watch your surroundings, make sure nobody's going to interact with us, things like that. That's what the surrender is about, is like, protection. um Gosh, I hope it's not sexual protection. the type of protection that you always hear on commercials, the type of protection that you hear on the PG-13 college level movies where like everybody's going like, yeah, yeah, let's party, let's have some fun. And somebody, goes into a room with someone and they're giggling, they're like having fun. And then they come out, they go like, yeah, 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 we were having some protection. We were making sure we were fine. You know, kind of have to be a little careful about that because sometimes people tend to play around with that. They tend to poke holes. They tend to pretend that they're using protection when they end up having something, break through. And they're like, oh, God, let's not talk about that with that person. And it's like, months later, you're like, why am I pregnant? Or maybe your person's like, why am I pregnant? Or somebody that person is talking to is like, hey, I'm feeling something in my belly. I'm feeling something, feeling drowsy. What's going on? They find out that they've been knocked. They found out that that protection that they used back then didn't work. And that's where this comes in. This could be for a specific amount of Sagittarius in our live here. This is not for every Sagittarius, but this is only for the Sagittarius about this card. Where you could be connected with an air sign in terms of relationship and alignment. Depending on which air sign it is, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And it also says underneath that, it says paradigm shift. Now, if you started off as angry or agitated or maybe like, oh, I'm going to get that person. Maybe an air sign comes walking by and you're like, whoa, wait, whoa. Who is that? And you just like look behind you and you're like, you just have like that motion that comes from like what you call that? What was it called? It was like the bay, something about that. It's like how like everybody's all dressed in like what was it called, lifeguards outfits, and like it's in a was it like a movie or a TV show? I think I'm trying to remember what it was because it's been so long since I've seen it. It's like they're wearing those type of clothes on, and it's like Baywatch. There we go. That's what I'm trying to get. So Baywatch, it's like people are gonna jogging along, and like the ladies in there are kind of like somewhat walking past them, but then they turn around, they're like kind of get a little giggly and things like that. That's what that is coming up as, where it's just like they see their the person and they're like getting all giggly and silly and they're talking with their female friends, and they're just like, hey, I want to be with that person. That person's gonna be so cool. Things like that. and kind of like I would say kind of just like somebody who's just like they really want to interact with a man. They really want to interact with somebody who has just like shiny energy, you know. But then there's like the man perspective of it, where it's just like maybe um, you see some of like the really old 1970s, 1980s, or actually maybe even earlier than that, 1960s. There's like a couple of movies that came out where it's just like, you see these guys in like leather jackets and a white shirt, and they have like the headband. It's like the style from way back then. And they're just like, kind of just like hang with their buds. And a woman walks by and they're like, going like, hey, over here. Like kind of just like calling the lady. That's what I'm getting from this, where it's like somebody that's possibly catcalling, or maybe somebody who is like um shouting at the person, going like, hey, hey, over here, look at us, things like that. That's what the air card is about. But the thing is that the air, it's resembled about that one person that walks by, the one person that shines, the one person that is just like this immediate star. And if you look closely, there's a star all up and down there as a pillar. There's a star right here. 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 And there's even stars in the background. There's even miniature stars that these two are holding. Like the crystals. Like the crystals are holding some kind of small star. So it's like there could be some kind of resonance to this star in your life. Sagittarius there's like some kind of star that's prominent, like some kind of uh, either metaphorical stance of the star, or like actual star. Whether if that actual star could be either an Aquarius, because the Aquarius does align with the star, and then also like a star, like a Hollywood star, or if you're from India, maybe Bollywood, you know, things like that. Like somebody that's like out there, like like they could be making views, on platforms, up in public, or they could be making movies. They could be making clips. They could be making you know documentaries about things. And it's like when they state things on the documentary or on the movie or whatever it is, it's like the people are just like going like, wow, man, everything that you're stating is like on point. Like it's like everything that you're stating is immediate and true. And it's like this person is going like, hmm, interesting. But it's not like an interesting where it's like they're really thinking about that person, but it's more like they're saying interesting where it's like all they're saying is interesting to like just the statement, nothing else. But then by the time that they brush upon you, or you brush upon them, it's like both of you are just like connected. linked into each other, and you're just like, huh. And you guys like connect both physically and spiritually. Even if there are some hard times in the physicality of your connection, your spirituality side of the connection will always be together. You know, it'll always be together in spirituality. Even if you walk away or not, it'll always be together. All right, from this deck, there is the conundrum. If you guys hear this a lot of times, like somebody that maybe is a teacher, somebody that is a maybe a country or state official, how you see them as, they're always going like, "Oh yeah, what a conundrum." Like they say that in terms towards like maybe a topic that's been hot and coming up, things like that, or maybe they might say it going like, yeah, what a conundrum about seeing the Eiffel Tower change to its newest look of beauty, and you're just like, huh? And you look at the Eiffel Tower and you're just like, oh, whoa, look at that. I didn't even know that even changed. So that's what the conundrum is about. Is like it's like somebody sees something before another person sees. So it's kind of like, a person that foresees something. Village said, I like your new cards. Thank you. Oh, what was that? What was that one person? Where he was like, "Well, thank you very much, and good night." What was it? Definitely not Elton John, but it was around that era. The King of Rock. There we go. The King of Rock and Roll. He's like, oh, thank you very much. That could be relevance, either the way of how I said that, the words, or maybe just the person himself. It could be of relevance to what you're doing or what you're going through. Or maybe you just have that knack of like wanting to be all pumped up like back in the 60s or back in the 70s or 80s, whatever time frame you like to choose, Village said, oh well, new cards or new words. New words. Yeah. So yeah, conundrum. That is kind of just like, could be like not just only what you call it, not only just a star that would say that. but like also as well as like maybe some of you might know somebody that's like a politician, or maybe is maybe are or is thinking about somebody that is a politician that says the word conundrum. So that's just in case if it's not a star and it's more likely a politician. Which I mean, they are a star in some way, shape, or form, but they're more likely in the side of political standpoint. You know, like mayorship, or being a governor, or maybe being a president or vice president. Uh, you know, Department of Treasury, Department of so on, so forth. So it's kind of just like somebody who ends up either saying conundrum a lot, or maybe just says conundrum at a very interesting spot in life. Yeah, Elvis. Yeah, Elvis Presley. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I was like, I know I have his name in my mind somewhere. It's like I was like, it's an E name. It's like a P name. It's like somewhere around that way. But yeah, Elvis Presley. He was like, he's like, I'm about to do my thing with you, baby. Like somebody who's just like got that like retro style, somebody who has like the really deep voice, and basically has the 50s style curly Q, things like that. Next we have I almost said reflux. Is somebody dealing with some kind of reflux in some way? Or reflux? But anyway, this one is relax. This one is kind of just like maybe by the time that you meet up with your person, maybe you just like look at him, and you're looking at him or look at her, and you're just like, oh, thank God you're here. And it's just like, you Saggies, it's just like, not only do you connect with your person and you maybe have a little bit of a kissy, or maybe even like not just a little kissy, but like a big kissy. It could be like you guys are maybe cozying up on the couch, watching a movie, eating popcorn with each other, maybe having a little bit some date time chocolate or something like that. If you are a chocolate fan or fiend, you don't have to be, but I would say either you might end up eating like popcorn or like chocolate, or maybe if like you're like, I don't want to eat chocolate or sweets, I just want to eat like something that's healthy. Maybe you might end up going for like maybe nice little Caesar salad, or maybe like a nice pizza or spaghetti, whatever comes your way, you know. And it even says take a cat nap. Maybe after you eat, you're just like, oh my god, I'm stuffed. I'm gonna go take a cat nap. And maybe after you say that, maybe you're just like you look back at your purse and you're just like, you want to join me? And it's just like you guys go hang around, maybe pause the movie or something like that, and you just like go hop in bed, or you guys go hop on the let's see, you guys would like hop on like a extra big bean bag or something like that, and you're just like cozying up a little bit, things like that. But I'm not going to get into any like deep on picture because I know there will be third parties who want to get the details and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that it is very much divine, very much special for you, your lover, um, even as well as me and my lover, you know. But however, I know there are going to be people out there that are going to be like trying their very hardest to jot down notes. They're just like gathering a notepad and they're like, oh yeah, like they got like this Blues Clues energy. They're like, I'm gonna take my handy dandy notebook. I'm gonna take my handy dandy uh, green colored crayon, or like something like that, and they're just like, writing down the details, and they go scurrying off, talking to some other third party that is connected into the mess. So, but the way of how to refrain them from ever doing that is that a don't talk about it when you're talking to a online perspective. Don't talk about it when you're talking to a public crowd that is in front of you face to face. Also, don't be talking about that to anyone specific that has anybody around them. D, don't be taking that stuff and selling it to somebody for them to take it in for themselves. And lastly, E, don't be having some fun, taking your time with your person, your sweet, sincere time with your person, and have the door unlatched or having the door open and breezeful and open for anyone from the outside world to see you guys. It's things like that where people are just like, hey, you're not supposed to have the door latched in my house, things like that. And it's like, those are the type of people you have to be very careful of. Those are the type of people that are basically just like, they want to start something, So, yeah, you guys are going to be getting some good time with your person, and not just with your person, but even you yourself being with your person. Anything remaining for the Sagittarius is to take in, coming from our Cosmic Cat Tarot, Cosmic Cat Wisdom cards. There we go. Anything from this deck that Sagittarius would like to end their general reading with? about this very particular situation or connection? I think it's pretty quiet, but I have a feeling that you pretty much already know the full gist of it. Yeah, I feel like you guys already know the full gist of it. If a card comes out, it's going to come out, but if not, then I'll just leave it as it is and leave it on the card, the relaxed card, because you guys pretty much know everything with this situation. Okay. Got a little bit of some mystery in the house. Okay. Got some mystery. I'm hearing this, like this music going on in my mind. It's like dun 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 dun. And I feel like somebody has like this Pink Panther vibe going on. Like what was it? In the most recent Pink Panther, there was like Inspector Clouseau with his you know helpful assistant, but it's like you know the Pink Panther is supposed to be like what Inspector Clouseau is trying to chase after, which is like the common criminal. So yeah, but however, I think what the realistic movie that came out a little while ago, there was a crystal called the Pink Panther, which was a jewel of France. So yeah, that's what it was about in that perspective. But there's many other perspectives about the Pink Panther. The cartoon one, the much later realistic version one, things like that. But what I'm getting here is like somebody has like this top secret agent vibe to them. Like somebody who's just like maybe if not like secret gadgeted, they would be more like an inspector, like somebody that's like, I see a little bit of a clue there. I see a footprint right here. I see a fingerprint on this ball here. Yeah, things like that. And that's what the mystery is in resemblance. But what I see in this relationship, in this scenario about the mystery card, is that when you guys fully embrace each other, when you guys fully connect with each other, not just spiritually, but physically, like when you guys actually meet up physically with each other and actually interact in a romantic way, in a way that you guys feel aligned with each other about, is that it's like you guys are just like, you know what? I'm seeing a little bit of some mystery in my person. Or maybe your person could be saying the same thing about you, but it's kind of just like um, that's what love is about, is like when you fall in love, you start to have this feeling of like, there's a little bit of a mystery about my person. There's a little bit of a mystery about what my person feels or is doing. even though that you know deep down that you are connected, that you feel deeply about your person. So it's like I feel like it's physicality trying to meet up with spirituality in the terms of love. So I think that's what's coming through. So yeah, that guys, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Sagittarius reading. For anyone who wants a personal reading besides what we already knew, uh, is I think we so far have Village that wants a card reading. Anyone else besides Village that wants a card reading, feel free to comment down below, letting me know if we want to get a card reading for you guys. Also, a announcement: I'm going to be having a Aquarius reading occur some point next week. So it'll probably be either Monday evening or some point Tuesday evening. However it plays out, I have a feeling it's either going to be one of those days because I narrowed it down to those 2 days. So hope to see you guys in that one if you want to see the Aquarius reading. Or if it's not you that wants to see it and you have an Aquarius that you know of that would like to see it, please feel free to send it to them. And I'm sure they will definitely love it. Also, I do want to say thank you for being back here with us, Heroic. I did see your comments. I was trying my best to get to them, but I just had like information coming past real quick. So I was trying to get as much of the information to you guys as possible without spilling any of the more personal details about it. So anyway, so far we have Village for our personal reading. If anyone wants to say in the comment section if they want to have a reading for themselves, feel free to let me know, because we are currently open for the card readings at this very point in time. And also, we will be having it run for about 10 minutes. So once the 10 minutes are up, that is when we will close out our personal reading, just so then we don't go too crazy in our live. No problem. I'll be here to support the channel, Jay. Okay. You're welcome. And also, thank you very much for anyone who attended and maybe just don't have any personal questions that they would like to ask for their own personal reading. So if you guys have that going on for yourselves after the Sagittarius reading, feel free to see me in the next live. If not, then feel free to hang here, listen in, maybe even ask when you feel like you have your full-on question. Oh, okay. God, you're saying that one was too much. A little lighter than that one. I'm going to call on all guides for the reading of our lovely village that is attending this live here. Um, we're going to have um, a good summarized reading for her. Can we? Yep, right there. I feel like the Knight of Cups, Temperance, and the Three of Wands is of resonance to you, Village. Right in that order. You know how I already talked to you about the Knight of Cups? I'm sure you already know about these two because this was of resonance to you. But the one thing that I did not talk in depth about this card here, compared to these cards that I did already do that on the main frame of the reading, I want to let you know that this Knight of Cups is that I feel like either I think it's kind of like two-sided on that, where it's like it's either you are going to go over to your person or your person is going to go over to you. Because I feel like in the waiting stage before you kind of get up and get on up and at them kind of a thing, and um, you know, come galloping towards your person or come driving towards your person, however which way you go in that term. um, I'm seeing that if your person does not show up within a week frame from now, I would say uh, take your initiative to come from where you are to your person. That is what the Knight of Cups is about. Where it's kind of just like, it's kind of like you have a lot of emotions about your person, but it's like you're trying to figure out, like, is my person on the way towards me, or do I need to step up and head towards my person? That's what that's about. Is like you're trying to figure out how soon can we meet. That's what the phrase that you're saying, and maybe even feeling within you. Also, I'm taking a quick drink break. If you guys are getting thirsty, if you're getting to the point where it's just like maybe you're hungry or something like that, take the time to do so. Get something to eat, get something to drink. If you're getting hungry or you feel like you need to reciprocate some of the energy, to have the energy like kind of clean within yourself. It's like eat when you feel like you're hungry, drink when you feel like you're thirsty, and allow yourself to rejuvenate your energy. Anyway, while that is happening, anyone else who really needs a card reading for themselves, feel free to comment down in the comment section down below. Let me know if you need to have a personal reading, or else, if that's the case, and nobody wants a card reading before the time ends, I will end it. Heroic wants one? Okay. I will definitely do a card reading for you, Heroic. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. So, okay, cool. So we have to start it off. We have this one right here, which I feel like it's it's like an energy that's coming in. It's like something that keeps popping up. Like maybe while you're doing your own life, you're doing work, or you're maybe, oh yeah, watching over the kids. It's like I feel like your person could be like uh thinking about something, but like you guys are already connected. You guys are already in love with each other. You guys are already with each other. You guys already had kids, things like that. But I feel like it's like you guys are um maybe have something to say to each other. Something that is just like uh you know something that is just like full of love. Something that is just like, you know, I'll give you an example. It could be like, your person is coming in and they're saying like, "Hey, heroic, I really do miss you. I've I've been camping out for so long, and I finally came back, and somehow I feel like I miss you. It's been so long." And maybe you could be like, "Oh, you miss me?" And you guys just like come in for a hug. You guys come in for, for like a husband and wife kiss, things like that. You know, and even as well as you know even some of the more you know personal, detailed ways of how you and your person connect with each other. So it could be like, for example, maybe like a deep hug in a closed door bedroom or something like that. You know, like something that is just like close to you and sincere, truthful, and not just helpful, but courteous. Courteous is the big word. There's also this one right here. There could be somebody either in your work, somebody that could be just walking around in public, somebody that could be doing something detrimental in your life, both yours and your person's connection, and in your guys' relationship. Um, but however, past this action, you and your person still love each other. You and your person still are connected, even though that there are some hard times with each other, in terms of somebody trying to get in the mix of it, things like that. I feel like you and your person will always love each other. That's what this Five of Swords is about. Is like, you're walking back, or walking away, but like you and your person are kind of like looking back at each other, still feeling the connection with each other. So yeah, just know that this struggle is not permanent. It may have been an initial impact, but it's not a permanent impact. It's not something that will just devastate you for the rest of your life. So, and lastly, for the cards that got pulled for you, heroic, is this one, the Nine of Pentacles. Being flourished, or flourishing. because I feel like I feel like your person was feeling sorry about something that happened maybe in the past, or maybe something that just happened, and it's like even though that they're strolling away, it's like uh, they're like in mid strut and they look off the side and they're like, "Oh, let's take that path," and they take that path while this third party is like keep on walking, going like kind of like talking in the open air, going like, "Hey, that person shouldn't be with you," and things like that. But it's like your person had already strolled off away from the third party, and basically was basically just like having this like um shine like knight in shining armor kind of energy, where it's just like they turn one corner and they end up going like, okay, I know this alleyway, I know how to get to my person's place, I just need to figure out um that I'm safe, that I'm out of the third party's point of view, the sight of the third party. So that's what that's showing up as, and this Nine of Pentacles could be what's ahead, where it's like your person comes in and they say, "Hey, look, I'm not trying to be with that third party right there. I actually truly love you," and things like that. That's what this Nine of Pentacles is about. Is like they come in, storming in, hugging you, and saying like, "Hey, look, you're not the person that I'm faltering around. This third party is faltering around me, and I truly love you." Like that. That's what the Nine of Pentacles is about. Is like they're coming in saying that they don't want to be with this third party, that they actually rather be with you. You know. And I feel like it was more likely like a third party that was trying to get their way, where like they were trying to grab your person's arm and be like, "Hey, he's mine," you know, like that person is just like trying to start a war, trying to start a fight, trying to start some kind of thing that they know they will not win, but they're having like the energy of going like, I know I can win, I know I can make it. But it's like somebody is trying to draw your person away from you, while your person has always been in love with you, has always been faithful for you. So yeah, just know that it's not in the way of them accepting this third party, it's in the way of them being shackled by this third party, in the way of being stuck by this third party and trying to be free from the third party, trying to walk away from the third party, trying to have all the energy and momentum to steer away from the third party once and for all. Mhm. Yeah. So I am done with the personal reading for you, Village. Thank you very much for listening in on it. I do want to mention for anyone that has just joined, making it our third or fourth watcher, feel free to listen in on not just this full entire live, but our previous live. And I think we're about to have a live come out some point next week, mid week. So if you guys want to listen in on that, feel free to. Anyway, no further ado. Um, like always, go to the subscribe button. Feel free to go ahead and tap the top notification bell so you can be part of our group, our community, our, for some of you guys pronouncing it this way, our squad, our crew. We also do have as well a share button. So if you want to share it to somebody that you want to send it to, that you feel like it will help them, it will bring them up to their own spiritual advancement, things like that. Feel free to send it to them. There is a like button. There is, I think there should be a heart button somewhere around here. If you want to hit that heart button, feel free to hit the heart button. Also, there is a emoji scroll wheel. So if you want to go crazy with that before our live ends, by all means do so. And I'm saying it already. We also do have a comment section. So if you want to send any questions, comments, compliments, so on and so forth, by all means, drop it in the comment section down below. Or if you see it off to the side, by all means, drop it in there. Also, there is going to be another, let's see, should we do it recorded or live? Let's do it live. We're going to do a live based on the healing and also as well as prayers. So if you are a churchgoer or maybe very connected to maybe Christianity, Catholic, how do you pronounce yourself as in the religion's perspective? We are going to do a prayer some point Sunday evening, and it's going to be a short live. It's probably going to be like a little under an hour. But we're going to have a live for that for you guys if you want to attend it. So it'll probably be Sunday at around 5:30ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to attend it at that point in time frame, feel free to attend it. It's going to be an amazing one. It's going to be full of life and also full of energy, rejuvenation. Also, on top of that, we are going to also, as well as talk about some inspirational things as well. Some point by the end of next week, probably around Thursday, Friday. So I'm going to figure out a time frame for that, but it should be some point around that day. But anyway, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for listening in and tuning in, attending this lovely live, commenting and expressing. And I shall see you the next time. Love and light, as always. Peace.